Good evening.
How y'all doing?
Episode 22.
22.
Yeah, man. We're going to cook up some food.
This is our Jack episode. We're jacked.
We're so jacked for you to join us.
So I found John's cooking.
But I'm cooking.
Yeah.
You know.
So speaking of being jacked, show us what's
Come
going
on
on
over.
here tonight.
So I've made part of this dish before, specifically the risotto. But last time we cooked it beforehand, and it was done, and it kind of just sat there and got mushy, and Monsignor wouldn't complain, or wouldn't stop complaining. So this time we're going to make it afterwards, but same thing, we got the shallots. We're doing dried porcini mushrooms this time, and they're going to be going in the chicken stock that'll be heating up during this time. You got to have hot chicken stock. Got some delicious Toscana Vino Bianco, and new to this week, much to the confusion and potential not understanding. These are Braised Sausages. These are outstanding, and there's so many different ways to cook these things.
What does Braised mean, though?
It's from Bari. We got a lot of Braised people in this parish. Yeah. And today I was at the grocery store and ran into a friend, and she's like, "I'm picking up some Braised sausages." I'm like, "That sounds amazing."
So because I wanted shrimp.
Yeah, nobody wants shrimp.
It totally bumped me off the agenda.
So he's a little questioning.
I just
A
never.
little lack of trust.
It looks like the sausage looks.
Have I ever let you down in the culinary experience?
It looks weird. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be fun.
Answer that question.
No, you've never let me down in terms of, except for the last meal you cooked.
What are you talking about?
Well, the risotto was too done. Yeah, you let me down,
That was the first time I ever made risotto.
and it wasn't your fault.
You cooked it, by the way.
No, I
You were
stirred it for you.
You were
but
stirring.
It wasn't your
So what
fault
you're-
because it sat there during the show. If we had eaten it right away, it would have been amazing.
So what you're observing right now is two personalities coming at each other. And so this week we did something really cool. I don't know if you want to explain it, Monsignor.
We had a staff meeting, a staff day this week. Somebody came in, a person by the name of Doug Patrick, who is very good at staff management, personnel, these kinds of things. He's worked in that for his whole career. And so he came in just to help us as a staff know each other better. Like, what are our personality types?
Yeah.
And he used an instrument called DISC, and it divides us up into 4 different personality types. And then how do we react with each other, and how can we anticipate each other better, and and trying to maybe work better because I know what you're thinking, or I know how you respond. And so that was.
Or we know what you're thinking.
Well, that's always dangerous.
But people were commenting on how different the priest's personalities. We had all 3 out of the 4.
Right.
And, it's a new house, new guys. We got to figure out how to live together. But that's not the only personality test we've ever taken. There's other ones like the Myers-Briggs that we talk about.
Right.
So
And that's more famous. A lot of people have done that. Like,
there's 16 of them,
That's a lot. What's yours?
yeah.
I'm an ENTP, which is...
What's that called? Is that called something?
Yeah, it's the extrovert, intuitive, thinking, and...
Are you a strong E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the devil's advocate. And both myself and my parents, all 3 of us, we're the only ones in our families, but all 3 of us are ENTPs. So that whole, I've described it in homilies, like uranium, just being closer and closer together. We just kind of go off, but we like to stir the pot, one could say.
I don't like devil's advocates.
No?
Yeah,
Well, what
I
are
do. I am an ENFJ, extrovert, low E. N is intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
F is feeling. I'm a high F.
I'm thinking.
And J is judgment.
I'm very perceiving.
Yeah, and I'm a
What's
judger.
Perceive when he's judging me.
I'm a judger. What are you?
No, but what's the name? What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm the mentor.
You're the mentor, which makes sense. You've
Should
got
get
all
that
the young guys,
professor.
many years now.
But when he's
You've
but,
mentored.
But the negative side of it as a mentor though is I'm too sensitive.
Yeah.
And so that can on the Myers-Briggs there's always an aspect of your personality
That's very feeling of you to jump right into the sensitive aspect. You don't even focus on the positives.
No, I go
you go
right,
straight.
like how
Is this negatively affecting me?
Yes, and that's it. And so it actually can get in the way of the positive. So that's why we're always looking to get better at our personality types, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, what are you?
I'm ESTJ for Myers-Briggs.
We're all extroverts.
Yeah, I'm a big extrovert. Most people actually don't think that. Most people think I'm an introvert just because I do like my alone time. but I am an extrovert. And then it's called, I think, the executive. So like to have control on everything, dominance.
Do you like control?
I can't believe what a surprise.
I love calendars. I have a lot of calendars. They're
I hate
all color coded.
and he wants us to have calendars too.
Which is a great thing, to be organized and to like have a vision and get stuff done. But it also could be a negative, you know, in terms of even the spiritual life. Like, well, why don't you calm down, take a chill pill, and just relax? You know?
Yeah, but it's actually good for me because I like organization that. Well, I don't know. I don't think I do. But it's good for me because
It's great for all of us.
he's like.
He's already making me grow.
I know. I'm like, I got this calendar. You should see what I came up with for our calendar. I was doing it. I was writing it out longhand.
I was very satisfied. Yeah.
And I knew that it was driving him crazy, so I actually went and learned how to do my calendar on my Apple.
That was
Pretty
beautiful.
good.
And he's like,
But it's pretty interesting, you know, like think of any of you out there who are married right now, your spouse. Could you think of another person married to your spouse? Like that feels weird. Yet as priests, it was often a reflection in seminary that we're all married through being in persona Christi, another person of Christ, to the church. We have the same bride. And we all want to love our bride the most. We want to be the most we can for the church. And we go about it as brother priest in such a unique and grace-filled way, but also not the way that we think it, that we're called to.
yeah,
And it's very interesting.
very interesting. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work, good work, to live in community when we all have the same goal, because we're all have very, very different personalities,
Yeah.
and we're all extroverts.
Way more positives than negatives.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Way
totally.
more positives.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
But,
But the new guy in the house, as we're talking about personalities, and you know, Jack, you've allowed us to grow, and so this it's Jack Week.
It's Jack.
I've decided.
It's like Shark Week, but Jack.
Yeah, it's Jack Week. Yeah. Is it Shark Week right now? I haven't seen.
I have
it.
no idea. I don't know.
There's some sharks. I've seen some sharks.
What, here in the pond?
Yeah, like on TV. People are talking about sharks, so it might be. But here, it's Jack Week, and there's
I heard there's a lot of gifts given at the end of that week.
Really?
Is that true?
the Shark Week.
No, the Jack Week.
Oh, the Jack Week.
You're going to give us gifts?
Yeah.
Just like Jesus, his day of gifts, we get them.
Anyway, what were you
But
saying?
Jack, it's a famous nickname.
Typically a nickname for John.
Yeah, but you are not a John.
I'm just straight up Jack. I think
I'm
it
a
was
John, but not a Jack.
So what's your nickname?
I had a nickname growing up. I played a lot of soccer, and I was an attacking defender.
Ooh.
And so they called me Jack Attack.
Jack Attack,
Yeah.
Jack. Let's see.
like the
That's
guy
awesome.
from Pixar.
Yeah, this is before Pixar. But
Yeah.
You predated Jack Attack.
Some say I was the inspiration.
Is that from The Incredibles?
Yeah,
Is that the little baby?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
Baby Jack, Jack Attack.
blows up?
He's the best character.
Yeah, he is. I love
That's great. I don't know. Do you have nicknames growing up?
I had a couple.
Can you share any?
Can I guess?
Oh, we should give nicknames for each of us.
No.
Yes.
Never.
I had a few nicknames. The one that always sticks out in high school, there was a guy in my class, there's Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was Claude Van Damme, like the actor.
I can't believe you just told us that.
That's his last name.
That's the gift that is going to give to.
He was an action star, like total stud. Never seen one of his movies,
All right.
but yeah, that was my nickname in high school.
That's a Van Damme good nickname.
Tune in next week for episode 23.
My nickname is from my dad. He would call me Boone.
Boone?
Boone.
Boone,
Yeah,
like
he still does.
Sounds like a little country name.
Like he'll be walking out of church and he goes, "Hey, nice, a bad omelet, Boone."
He won't do that, really.
No, but my dad, he does this. He gives me lists. When he leaves church, he gives me a list of things he wants me to change
I love that.
or do differently in the church. So if, you see,
It's been notarized by your mom. Yeah.
so if you see something moved around or a new piece of furniture, it's my dad who told me to do that. So he calls me Boone. I'll see you later, Boone. Join us for breakfast, Boone? I'm like, all right.
Would you have a nickname now if you could give yourself or desire a current nickname? Like me, I love... Who was the Hammer of Heretics? I wouldn't mind resurrecting that one for myself.
That was that Spanish
Nicholas?
Saint Nick, maybe there's a few, but I think Saint Nick.
You just want to be the hammer of heretics?
Yeah, just take a swing at Arius. Yeah, I like that
Did you
nickname.
pick MAGA?
Well, going back to Bari, Saint Nick is buried in Bari.
Ah,
Hammer of he punched Arius.
did he?
Would you give yourself a nickname,
Would I give myself a nickname?
or what would you want?
That's
Well, people often ask, like, what should we call you? And I tell them, Your Holiness is fine. So,
His Grace.
That might even
Your Holiness.
There might be a sin attached to you. Just saying that. There might be, canonically.
yeah.
What about
I don't
you?
know. What would be my nickname? I love Ronald Reagan. He's like my personal hero for
What was
all
his
ages. Gipper.
Gipper?
Gipper.
Yeah.
Gipper and Boone.
One for the
Sounds
Gipper.
like a radio show.
Or MAGA.
Like
Just
The
leave it
Gipper.
there. Let's just leave it there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's Jack Week,
Jack Week.
and there's a
There's
fly.
a fly.
Somebody open the door.
It wasn't me. They always blame me when the flies come in the house.
I don't open the
I
door.
had nothing to do with it. Except for
Thing
that one
is a
time I left
vicious
the
fly.
I left the side door open all day. I had no idea.
That's crazy.
The entire day. Yeah.
Jack of all trade, master of none.
That's a saying.
That's a saying.
Yeah.
It's about Jack. So, what is a skill that you have, or that I have?
Like a general skill or like a unique skill not many people would have thought of?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know off the top of your head what yours is?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Hand-eye coordination.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you always used to lose to Father Ganella at video games?
He stopped playing because I would just beat him all the time. When I was a kid, I'd go in the basement, I would take a tennis ball, and we had a concrete wall, and I would just wind up and whip it and then catch it.
Do you know what I
Over
would pay you money for?
And over
Is
and
if
over.
you would get that thing that attaches to your head.
I have one!
Go get it.
Right now?
Go get it. We'll
That'd
talk.
take too long.
Oh.
That would take too long. We did a video.
Oh, that's right. We did the video.
We did a video. That was the first time I put it on.
And you did really well.
It was embarrassing.
It was disturbing how well you did.
I will put it on camera right after you do.
No.
So what's a skill that you have?
A skill that I have, I am really good at navigation.
You are.
I could find my way around anywhere. You put me in a city, and I will be able to find my even if when I've never been in, I will know where to go. It's like I have this internal.
Little compass.
Yeah, it's a gift. I'll never get lost when I drive.
Which way's north?
Right there. But not quite.
I think
We're a
that's
little
right.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
So
That's great.
Never gets lost.
I was a DJ in high school, and I did a little bit in college. I think I have a pretty wide taste in music.
DJ Jack.
DJ Jack. I didn't have a DJ name. That is one of my regrets in life.
call you
Not-
D-Jack.
DJ. Oh, there you go.
There's a nickname.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about a skill that you wish you did have that you don't currently?
Oh gosh.
I am terrible with cars.
Hmm.
I don't know anything about cars. My dad could build a house, and he's taught me actually very little about how to do any of that. My sisters know more about electronics or electrician stuff and plumbing, but never knew anything about cars. And I can't change oil. I can't fill the air. The air on my tire was a little low a few months ago. Tried to fill it up at the gas tank, ended up with a flat tire. I just messed it up so bad. I wish I knew how to do car stuff. I'm terrible with cars.
I wish you knew how to paint.
Paint? Like paint the room?
No, paint like a masterpiece.
Oh man.
That's
Who's your favorite painter?
Caravaggio, Giotto,
Giotto.
Giotto, and who's the guy that painted the rooms in the Vatican?
Raphael.
Raphael. Raphael's my favorite.
The Discourse on the Eucharist and School of
I
Athens.
just ordered a copy of
I
that.
know you did.
Yeah. I think my skill that I would love to have, I think it's similar to yours in that it's partly practice, helps make it perfect, but it's also a God-given natural talent that you kind of just have to have, would be singing.
Oh.
I'm still working on practicing my chanting for Mass and everything, but we have an amazing music director here, Katie, and she's just got a wonderful voice. That's something I've always desired to have myself.
I've heard you singing some really good songs like "We Are Called" and "Massive Creation." I've heard those.
Yeah.
Thanks for the affirmation. Yeah.
Anytime.
All are welcome.
Mm-hmm.
You kill that.
All are welcome. You should hear him. He sings it in the book.
Is singing something you either have or you don't have? Or is it
I think it's all
something
about-
you can learn?
I think
You
it's
can
all
learn.
about tone. You got to be able to hear tones in your
Yeah.
head.
You know who the worst singer in our diocese is? Which priest would you say is the worst singer?
Oh, I don't know.
Bob Jones.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bob Nanella.
Can't carry a tune to save his life.
Really?
He's one of these people when he's next to you and
He's
you
your
sing.
friend.
He is, and he would admit. But if you stand next to him, he makes you sing bad. That's how bad he is.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not too good.
Yeah.
Gotta get the tone.
Yeah, it's just
It's like biblical, man.
It's a skill.
You
Just
lead
it's
others.
so bad it's a skill. Yeah, so you got to work at that. So you said to like music.
Yeah.
To be able
Yeah.
to sing
Yeah.
That would be,
beautifully.
yeah, I think we're
I
all-
love beautiful things. Like looking back at my childhood, like those fond memories of, being at church and singing along or something, or whether it's like with your parents, like just reading a book or watching like a Disney movie or something. Did you have any, like
Simple things.
Jack and Jill? There's like a nursery story. Did you have a favorite childhood story growing up?
Favorite story?
Favorite story. We used to have these things called. There were these orange books, like they were like the encyclopedia, but they were for kids. I can't remember, Childcraft. And I would look at those, and they'd just be filled with these stories. There was one story in there called "Grandpa Dropped His Glasses," and I memorized the entire thing. It was,
Yeah.
it was, and I did it at the poetry contest at school. It was like 10 minutes long. It was like one of
Wow.
my homilies. It was ways over the top.
It was too long.
Yeah.
Imagine
Grandpa
that.
dropped his glasses in a pot of purple dye, and when he put them on again, he saw a purple sky. I still remember the opening line.
Can you do the whole thing, or
If I had to go back and look at it, but I could do it.
We could
again.
do story time next week on Stirring the Pot. Maybe I think the crowd would like that.
When I tuck you guys in at night, I can.
that's the story? When I was a kid, kind of the fairy tales of our time, Fox and the Hound was a Disney movie.
They're gonna say Fox News.
No, I couldn't stand watching any news for longer than 2 seconds until Monsignor Notch yelled at me finally at like 20 seconds, like, you've got to follow the news. It's like, ugh. And then 2020 happened. I'm like, this is why I don't watch the news. It's terrible. But Fox and the Hound
Yeah.
was a great story, but I bawled my eyes out every time because it's,
Bambi made me cry.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little,
Bambi's mom got killed.
Sad. I like the one. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the series now. The Cat in the Hat series, all those.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Thank you.
Green eggs and ham.
There was. I didn't like that one for some reason. The green eggs kind
Too
of
much.
freaked me
It
out.
wasn't maybe the.
But there was one. I always have loved cars my whole life, and there's one with like red car, blue car, one car, two car, go. And at the end, there's this huge spread on 2 pages with this like massive tree and all these characters, their dogs and their cars hiding in the trees. And my dad would play with me like, "Where's Waldo?" Like, okay, where's the blue car and the dog with the hat? And I would have to find it. So that was my favorite growing up.
nice.
Cool.
That's cool.
Did you ever play those games when you were on long trips where you like count the number of Volkswagens and
Mm-hmm.
You know, we play the alphabet game.
alphabet? What was
Yeah.
that?
You have to find something that starts with an A, and then a B, and then a C, and you get stuck on Q forever. And then, you pass the sign for Queen Victoria, and then you keep going.
He's quarantining.
Quarantine. Yes, there it is. Yeah, we used to do that. Cool.
You would just count the Volkswagens?
We call them slowbugs.
And you punch each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowbug.
That was like its own mini game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd go on really long trips, and with all the kids in the car, it could be a little bit stressful. So, Mom and Dad always.
You just punched each other. But Jack, you're Jack.
That's my name.
Jack
Yeah.
and
It's a
Jack.
great name. All names are great. I think especially biblical names.
All names are great.
And I remember my uncle, he lives in Slovakia, he was telling me over there, birthdays are important, but the day of your baptism and your name's day are
Yeah.
what you really celebrate, because everyone over there very culturally Catholic. They
They
have
have
Catholic names.
Uh-huh.
And so your name's John. On the Feast of St. John every year, you pick which one. You have a party. Your friends bring you presents and
Oh.
cake. It's a really cool tradition. So here's a
That is
question.
cool.
If it's either your name or a biblical name, what's a saint name that's always stood out to you? It could be a derivative of Jack, like John or James, Jacques, or it could be just something else that's always caught your attention.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to do John, I go to Juan Diego, Juanito.
Juanito.
My little Juanito, my little
Yeah.
Juanito.
They called me that
That's what she, really?
in Mexico.
Juanito?
And it was Puebla, and they're all like, I was 6 inches taller than everyone. Kids would point at me and laugh. I'm not kidding. They did that. Juanito!
How'd you feel about that?
A little core wound there.
Yeah.
I'm always, self-deprecation's a great sense of humor. My house, you have to be able to
Yeah.
take it,
Take it
otherwise.
and get
I've
it.
seen your family go, dish it out.
Mhm.
To you.
So Juan Diego, why do you like him?
I just loved the way he tried to get out of it. And that's like my favorite characteristic, and he's just like, boy, this is just too much. And he tried to sneak around Our Lady, and she wouldn't have it. But the fact that he did what he was told, and it ended up yielding a miracle that converted, 9 million Indians to the Catholic faith.
Yeah.
How about that?
I love, this is a big hitter, John the Beloved, the one whom Jesus truly loved. I just love praying with what it would have been like to live with Mary, to celebrate Mass for her, to be in her presence.
Maybe people don't know. What are you talking about?
What?
John lived with Mary.
John the Apostle?
I don't know if that's a common knowledge thing.
Oh, well, so at the foot of the cross, Jesus gave his mother to the beloved apostle, called John, and John to his mother said, behold your son, behold your mother. So tradition holds that from that moment, John took Mary into his household because she was left alone. Joseph probably would have died earlier. And so to have lived with the Blessed Virgin, she was without sin, immaculate, but also to be like a first apostle, a priest, I think is just a pretty powerful
Can you
combo.
imagine what that memory for him was of listening to Jesus' heart when he put his head against his chest and heard Jesus' heartbeat? Can you imagine what that was? My gosh,
No.
that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Now,
Yeah. You can go on the other, John the Baptist.
Wild man.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta grow your beard longer for him.
Yeah. I'm really feeling my John the Baptist
you
devotion.
gotta eat bugs. Is that what this Braised Sausages is all about? Or?
Yeah, there's crickets in it. There is a desire, when I'm retired, just to move up to Alaska, work on a shrimp boat, grow a big old beard, like a lobster.
I would love to live in a tiny house in the mountains of Montana.
Yeah, Montana. We talked about Montana last week.
Yeah.
I love
Montana.
outside.
Yeah.
People are like, Father, you're so tan. I'm like, I love being outside. It's going to be so cold and not that long a time. It's already the middle of August. What happened? So we got to go outside. But John the Baptist,
3 months it'll be cold.
can you imagine what it was like just going out there and baptizing people? And I mean, did he have a meeting with Jesus about like, all right, when I'm 30, I'm going to do these things.
Meet me here.
Until then, like, did they plan that out?
It all happened
In the womb.
It all happened in the womb, that meeting, when John leapt for joy. Do you know how much transpired in that moment between those two?
He was born without sin.
Fused in the womb.
Yeah. He knew.
He knew.
That was the moment.
He was jumping around.
Yeah.
So happy.
So Jack's a great name.
Yeah.
Jack, we're happy to have you.
We are.
Happy to be here.
You're
Yeah.
amazing.
Celebrate your own saint name when the day
Yeah.
comes.
And call Carla in the office and ask her what your date of your baptism is so that
She'll
you can
love that.
celebrate that day.
She'll love that.
She's waiting for your call.
If you were baptized here, but if not, you got to
Call the church where you're baptized.
call the church where you were baptized and find out.
Before you put one more thought into celebrating your natural birthday, you get the date of your supernatural birth and you celebrate that more than your regular birthday.
We're asking you to have another party for yourself.
And
That's the kind of
Treat yourself.
treat yourself.
that's the Catholic religion. It's all
Yeah.
about parties, celebration,
We invented them.
joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that quote? Unto the music, dancing,
I have no idea what you're
choice
talking
red wine, unto the Catholic world, the sun doth shine.
I like that.
That's what we're about.
about. Yeah.
Celebration of life.
Exactly.
All right, folks, it's been great being with you. Thanks for joining us for our Jack episode. And now we're going to have some amazing risotto with these amazing Braised sausages, and we're just so excited. So, Father will post a picture of the final result on our Facebook page so you can see it.
Boom.
There we go.
All right.
Triple dose, the Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks, everybody.